Hello! Hey, what's up guys, it's Offbeat here and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Bars, where this week I'm talking about my new track, Prohibition. Now this is a Behind the Bars video, so that means I'm going to be focusing on the song itself and the lyrics. If you're interested in the video and the animation and the artwork and stuff like that, I've done a separate making of video, which you can see a link to in the description below, so check that out. And just before I get started, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who supported the track already. The response has been amazing so far, and there's been some really nice comments. I've got a few of my favourites on the screen here. So yeah, thanks for the support, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So Prohibition is basically a take on 1920s Prohibition, but instead of alcohol, the thing that's banned this time is swing music. So my character is a kind of Al Capone type figure who starts off smuggling swing music and rises through the ranks until he becomes a fully fledged mob boss called the Swing Pin. So in terms of style, the song's actually pretty different to most of my other ones. Like usually my tracks are kind of based at least loosely on my life, and whilst they might be like exaggerations and amalgamations of certain things, essentially they're like larger than life versions of me, whereas this one is just pure fantasy. So I really like that because it sort of frees me up to be more imaginative, and it's definitely something I want to do more of in the future. So this track was kind of a way of testing the water to see what people thought of it, and the response seems good so far, so expect more stuff like this in the future. So the reason it's set in the Prohibition era is it's a very relevant kind of time frame for this sort of music, but also I just really like it. I've always been really into it, the clothing, the music, just that whole style. And it's also probably the only chance I'll get to play a gangster in a hip hop record without coming under too much scrutiny. So there are a lot of references to old gangster movies in this tune. So for example, the line about slipping the cops some Smoky Joes so they look the other way, that was very heavily inspired by the scene in Goodfellas where Tommy and Henry are kids and they're selling cigarettes. And similarly, the scene with the warehouse and the crates is very much based on Boardwalk Empire. Now I know obviously that's based on events in real life, but it was particularly the imagery from that show that was strong in my mind when I was writing that line. And finally, the swing pin reference, obviously that character is supposed to be like an Al Capone type figure, but I think the name itself, the swing pin, just came about because I'd just been watching too much Daredevil at the time, to be honest. My favourite lines in this song are probably the bits about the other artists. So the line,
"A little taste of Stella if they wanted something light, and if they wanted something harder than some dirty moonshine."
And the reason I particularly like that is just because obviously real life Prohibition was about alcohol, and when I was writing this and I noticed the connection between those artists and the kind of booze related names, I just got really excited, and yeah, it was just nice to be able to include them as well because they are genuinely favourite artists of mine, so it was cool to be able to put them in the track. The other line that I really like is,
"Even at work dudes, people were wearing fancy dress, but for that I gotta give my man Mr. Gatsby cred."
And the reason I like that one is it's just a little acknowledgement that even though electro swing is big and it's getting bigger, I'm under no illusion that a large part of the kind of 20s revival thing is down to that movie, Great Gatsby. So the reason I like the line is because I've been able to kind of take that character, who's a well-known character, take him out and kind of put him in my story and bring him into my world. So I just kind of like that. So that's more or less it for this week's Behind the Bars. As I say, if you're interested in the video side of things, there is a making of that as well, so the link's in the description below. And thanks again to everyone who supported the track so far. If you do like it and you like what I'm doing, please hit subscribe. It does make a difference. It really helps me to grow my audience and just enables me to keep doing more stuff like this, which is what I want to be doing. So if you've got any questions, drop me a comment below, and I hope you've enjoyed watching. I'll catch you very soon. Cheers.